the barony, her features they were famous, and if we loved her, who was there to blame us? For wasn't she the pride of Petrivore? But her beauty made us all look shy, and not a man among us could look her in the eye. Boys, oh boys, sure that's the reason why we're in mourning for the pride of Petrivore. Eileen Og, me heart is growing grey, ever since the day you wandered far away. Eileen Og, there's good fish in the sea, but there's none of 'em like the pride of Petrivore. Friday at the fair in Ballintubber, Eileen met McGrath the chapel jobber. I'd like to set me mark upon the robber, for he stole away the pride of Petrivore. He never seemed to see the girl at all, even when she ogled him from underneath her shawl. Looking big and masterful, and she was looking small, most provoking for the pride of Petrivore. Eileen Og, me heart is growing grey, ever since the day you wandered far away. Eileen Og, there's good fish in the sea, but there's none of 'em like the pride of Petrivore. So it went as it was in the beginning, Eileen Og was bent upon the winning. Big McGrath contently he was grinning, being courted by the pride of Petrivore. Says he, I know a girl that could knock you into fits. At that Eileen nearly lost her wits. The upshot of the action was that now the robber sits with his arm around the pride of Petrivore. Eileen Og, me heart is growing grey, ever since the day you wandered far away. Eileen Og, there's good fish in the sea, but there's none of 'em like the pride of Petrivore. Boys, oh boys, with fate is hard to grapple. Of my eye, 'tis Eileen was the apple, and now to see her walking to the chapel with the hardest featured man in Petrivore. Now, boys, this is all I have to say. When you do your courting, make no display. If you want them to run after you, then walk the other way. They're mostly like the pride of Petrivore. Eileen Og, me heart is growing grey, ever since the day you wandered far away. Eileen Og, there's good fish in the sea, but there's none of 'em like the pride of Petrivore. To everyone, hello, and happy Wednesday to you. Happy Wednesday, the 25th of February. So, about 20 minutes ago, I walked into the door, and like the sound of the elbow off the door was so loud that it could be heard from the other end of the house, and my mom came and was like, what was that? But that for that reason I'm going to give it a rest, and there's no fiddle tonight because it's so sore, and I know it will be black tomorrow. But today we were in Limerick, and there is a library there in the Crescent. I didn't know that. I was there because I saw my uncle's art there. I also got these books there to borrow, and I am looking forward to revising my digital marketing. So there's this one. I'm going to recommend them all because this one's quite big actually, but it's revision, so of course all that knowledge is already in my head. And then there's YouTube marketing. When I saw that book, I was so excited. And then, I don't know, was this the best to last? My uncle said it was. Google AdWords, how to access 100 million people in 10 minutes. We're going to learn how to do that. I love how the writing of Google, it's kind of 3D, like it stands out, you can feel it like off the page, kind of 3D kind of a thing. And then that's all different colours, and on the back it says double your web traffic overnight. Google gets searched more than 250 million times every day. So that's exciting. Them 4 books are going to keep me busy. I don't actually know when I have to return them, but I'm sure I'll be emailed about that anyway. So that was today. And now at 6:05 we have the positive thought. And today's positive thought. And hello to Maradi Bala. Hi there. Now, so today's positive thought. Some succeed because they're destined. Some succeed because they are determined. And what is today? The 25th of February. Well, it's Inconvenience Yourself Day. That made me laugh because obviously crashing my elbow was an inconvenience. It's also known as Let's All Eat Right Day. It's National Billy Day, so hello to all the Billies that are tuned in. It is National Chocolate Covered Nut Day. And it's also Quiet Day today. So I wanted to click on the one that made me giggle, which is Inconvenience Yourself Day. Like, I'm just so clumsy. I'd love to be more aware of that and actually find out just how often every week do I walk into things. Like, I walk into doors, I walk into things, I'm so clumsy. So Inconvenience Yourself Day is celebrated on the 4th Wednesday in February. And this year, it takes place on the 25th. Hello, Owen. Thanks for writing to me. Nice to have you here. So this is a holiday dedicated to putting other people first and going out of your way to help. Now, so helping someone, what better way to observe the day than to help others? Give up a seat to a stranger, tip the waiter, cook for someone, empty the trash can. There are plenty of ways to observe this day. Reach out to a friend. It's easy to forget about friends who are struggling but pulling through when you're busy. Take some time out to reach out to your friends with a helping hand. Okay, so I don't really know what you're writing to me, and then you're deleting the messages, so I don't know, it kind of feels like spam, but because it's a different language, I don't have to hide it because I don't know what it means anyway. So just thank you for writing and retracting. It's absolutely fabulous for my algorithm. Hello again to Tree Light Traveller. You are so welcome. I would leave my... Okay. Oh my god, I'm glad I didn't read that out loud. Okay, so number 3 is volunteer at a homeless shelter. People who are homeless have a lot of struggles, and you can contribute to making their lives easier by volunteering at a shelter. These organisations always require help, and it will be appreciated. 5 facts about kindness that will surprise you. Hi Mairead. Hi Mairead. Thank you for being here. I am as well. I have added the flag because people are asking where I'm from, and I have also put the map on the door, but the map was kind of small and I think people will see the flag. I know my head's kind of half covering it, but like my head's covering it, but it still looks like Limerick or Kerry anyway, so it's fine. There is a film called Pay It Forward, and that film was released in 2001 and explores how the movement of being kind to others spread across the world. Japanese pensioners volunteer at Fukushima. After the nuclear crisis, Japanese pensioners volunteered for cleanup duty despite the risk of cancer, because they believed that they wouldn't have to suffer as much as someone young. on my head? Well, that's a fine question. I am not going to do that. And even if I did, because of my fringe, you wouldn't see it. The fringe would cover it. So number 3 is kindness causes happiness. According to the World's Happiness Report of 2019, the happiest societies have people who are kind to each other. Animals do it too. Helping others is a trait that is seen in animals as well. It might be biological. The need to give money or help someone in need might be in your genes. Why do we love Inconvenience Yourself Day? It gives us a chance to help others. We pay it forward. We feel more connected. And now the angel number for today is 1010, 1010, which is a powerful message about manifesting your life goals as well as growing personally, personal growth. It encourages positive thinking and the positive mindset. It serves as a reminder to maintain a positive attitude and stay optimistic, which will attract success and abundance. So yeah, in the career and finance, the number 1010 suggests that staying focused on your career and maintaining a positive outlook will lead to a career advancement and financial stability as well. Now, the numerology of 1010, composed of 1, which means new beginnings and leadership, and 0, which means potential, infinity, spiritual journey. The combination magnifies these, and then of course it magnifies it, it doubles it as well, because it's like 1010. So when you see 1010, it is a reminder that you are supported by the universe and your guardian angels, pursuing your dream and your true life purpose as well. Now, we have arrived at the horoscopes. So the first one is Aries, and thank you for your love heart reactions. I meant to thank you yesterday for that. I waited and then it was too late, so thank you. So for Aries, it says, you have an active mind and an even more active imagination. Today you risk short-circuiting your brain as you struggle to keep up with all the ideas and information swirling inside your head. A long walk would help soothe your mind today, Aries. And it is now time for Taurus. And in 2 minutes we will do a reminder of our positive thought. So the horoscope Taurus's message: if a family member is in a bad mood but not confessing why, it is up to you to step in and help. They are carrying a big black cloud around, casting shadows everywhere they go. Do what you can. Take care not to force the issue too harshly. Counselling might be in order, and this may not be your area of expertise, Taurus. Right, so we do have time for Gemini. And Gemini's messages: if a friend or colleague seems to be in trouble, you may not want to interfere for fear of being too intimate. But this is not a time to hold back. It is likely that this person really does need your help. Your intervention will be much appreciated and possibly even rewarded, Gemini. So 1, 2, 3, Irish Dave. Nice to hear Irish voice on the tubes. Thank you very much. So now it is 6:15, and a reminder of our positive thought today. Some succeed because they are destined, some succeed because they are determined. So now, our fourth horoscope is Cancer. And the message for Cancer today on Wednesday the 25th of February is: your career may be sidetracked by petty gossip, rumour, and office politics. It is likely that someone is pushing forward their agenda without any thought or concern for its impact on others. Do what you can to put a stop to such shenanigans. There are times when it is appropriate to be the whistleblower, and this is one of them. Cancer horoscope. And finally, we have Leo. Some bad news about your financial situation may not really be as bad as it first appears. Even so, it throws you for a loop. Double check the information before spiraling into a panic, Leo. It may be that a computer made an error or a bank clerk messed up. You may have to unravel some paperwork, but it will be a relief to have it resolved. I found it interesting reading that there about the bank clerk. Like, I was in this shop today and there was a queue, like, and it was only self-checkouts, and I thought to myself, imagine now 10 years ago if someone said to you that in 10 years, like, there's not going to be any cashier there working, like, you wouldn't believe them. And that's what entered my mind. And that reminded me of it when I read about the bank teller. You would not believe them if they told you that there would not be a cashier working there, like, you wouldn't believe them. And we have now arrived at the Virgo horoscope. In an unpleasant situation, your inclination is to protect your loved ones from the truth. This would be a mistake. Even though you are acting out of love, your family members deserve to know the truth, even if it hurts. You cannot shield them from the realities of the outside world. Most people prefer to know the facts. And that's Virgo's message today. So, you know what? I have a story for today. And I'll read half of it now. Then I will go to the second half of horoscopes, and then I will read the second half of the story before the weather forecast. So, I was in a very reflective mood altogether today. Because even when I was on the bus, I thought about, like, in the past, the people were more patient, even if they understood less. Like, what I mean by that is, nowadays we know everything, and we can understand everything, and we can Google everything, just at the touch of a button. And even though we know everything, the people today are less patient. I was thinking that when I was in the bus, like, just, you know, when you're on the bus and you're just daydreaming. And so, I will now do the first half of the story, then we will do the second half, the horoscopes, etc. So, there is a shift from a more patient and a less understanding society to one that is more understanding but less patient. In a widely observed cultural transformation, largely driven by technology and a faster-paced lifestyle. This change reflects a move from valuing endurance and long-term, slow-paced processes to valuing immediate gratification and instant, often superficial, connections. So here is actually a breakdown of the shift in patience and understanding. So the past, more patient, less understanding. Slower pace of life in the past, daily life necessitated waiting. Examples: waiting for letters, long distance phone calls, or the development of film. This forced a higher level of daily ingrained patience. Limited exposure and limited knowledge. With less access to global news and diverse perspectives, people were often less informed about and sometimes less understanding of different cultures, behaviours, or points of view. Tolerance as necessity. Because options were limited, people often had to tolerate difficult situations, poor service, or uncomfortable social situations, as leaving or changing them was difficult. And the present, more understanding and less patient. Instant gratification culture. Technology, smartphones, and the internet have created a society that expects immediate results. This has reduced the willingness to wait for services, information, or even text responses, leading to lower patience levels, higher empathy and awareness. Modern society is generally more aware of mental health, more aware of trauma, more aware of social issues and diverse perspectives, leading to a greater understanding and empathy for individual circumstances, decreased tolerance for inefficiency. While understanding is higher, it is often paired with a lower tolerance for delays or incompetence. Burnout and stress, the relentless pace and need to constantly multitask, fueled by technology, have increased stress, further eroding patience. Key drivers of the shift. Technology is one key driver. The shift to immediate. Thank you. The shift to immediate 24/7 access to information and entertainment has reduced our capacity to tolerate boredom or delays. The second, number 2, the second key driver of the shift, individualism, a shift toward prioritizing personal needs and time has made people less patient with others who are perceived to be in the way or slowing them down. And then the third key driver of the shift, faster pace. The speed of modern life has led to a fast-forward mentality where any delay is seen as a waste of time. While we may have lost the virtue of patience, the increase in understanding suggests a potential for deeper and more conscious connections, provided people take time to apply that understanding rather than just demanding speed. And that would conclude the first half of our story, which means we are now ready to tear into our horoscopes again, and we have arrived at Libra. So the message for Libra is: you may be feeling tired and a bit wrung out today, although you are a workaholic by nature. Even you are forced to admit that this is a day to stay in bed. Give yourself these few hours to regroup and recoup your energy. You'll need to be operating at peak form for all the work that's likely to hit your desk next week. And now at 6:25, we are at Scorpio horoscope. There could be a missing person very much on your mind these days. Is it possible that the relationship is over and you are the last one to know? Don't let your insecurities get the better of you. It's likely that your friend merely needs some time alone to sort out some big life issues. They will seek out your warmth and friendship again soon, Scorpio. Now we are ready for Sagittarius, and Sagittarius's message today. Misinformation is likely to spread like wildfire today, causing a lot of unnecessary upset, either among your neighbours at home or your colleagues at work. Don't accept at face value any gossip or rumour you hear, Sagittarius. Check the accuracy of the information yourself. If it does turn out to be false, as is likely, you'll feel sorry if you've had any part in perpetuating it. Now we are at Capricorn. You're finally setting in motion some long-standing goals of yours. Good for you, Capricorn. But even though everything is in place and you're ready to go, it's possible that you'll receive notice today of some delay in your plans. The frustration feels unbearable, but when you step back and look at the bigger picture, you'll see that ultimately this delay is in your best interests, Capricorn. Now we have our second last horoscope, which is Aquarius. Beware. Lawyers, bankers, and stockbrokers today. One of them is likely to try and mislead you with some inaccurate information. While it might be in their best interest for you to take this information at face value, it certainly is not in yours. Do your own research and get all the facts before making the financial investments recommended to you, Aquarius. Hi, this is the horoscopes. Now, we have arrived at the final horoscope message today, and that is Pisces. A family member or other loved one may be telling you the truth. In this person's defense, they likely think they are protecting you by shielding you. This is a time for you to trust your own instincts, Pisces. No. Check the information rather than just accept it at face value, Pisces. Now, we have arrived at the second half of our story. So our story today is about, in the past, people were more patient even if they knew less, like less understanding. So they didn't have the same access to knowledge. And now that everyone knows everything, because we have access to internet, for example, and libraries, we have books for free or wherever we get all our knowledge that we know everything, but the people today are less patient. And so now we're on the second half of that story. Spicy story. So, yes, back then, especially in more traditional societies, people were often raised to endure. You didn't question authority much. You didn't talk openly about feelings. You stayed in jobs, you stayed in marriages, you stayed in roles, even if they were hard. That builds patience. But it also means less emotional awareness. Let's talk about trauma, mental health, and boundaries. Now, we're way more emotionally literate today. Therapy is normal. People talk about anxiety, burnout, attachment styles. There's more empathy around differences, culture, gender, mental health, and that is progress. But at the same time, we've become used to speed. Fast internet, instant replies, same day delivery, streaming instead of waiting a week for the next episode. Even attention spans feel shorter. Okay. So that question is not a question that I will be answering because it's a music channel and I'll focus on the story that I chose. I do welcome suggestions and recommendations if they align with the channel in any way. So, even attention spans feel shorter. So our tolerance for inconvenience, discomfort, or slow growth, lower. We have a lower tolerance for inconvenience, discomfort, or slow growth nowadays. We understand more, but we tolerate less. So it's almost like the old world would suffer quietly, and then the new world is like, I deserve better. But then the best world might be, I deserve better, but I also know that growth takes time. If I was Mozart, don't ever quit music. Music is the greatest love of all. Don't ever quit music. So that's today's story, and we are at 3:33. I am definitely ready for the weather forecast. I hope you're also ready for the weather forecast, and I am also very much looking forward to healing my elbow in some warm water. So, and I know that tomorrow my elbow will be just black, like it's the noise of when I crashed it against the door, like, oh, I'm so clumsy, you could hear it at the other end of the house. But anyway, we have arrived at our weather forecast for the region of Munster, and that is a mixture of cloud with bright spells and a few showers this evening, all in light to moderate southwesterly winds. Well, in Limerick and Kerry, we were really lucky we didn't have showers. So that was very welcome that we didn't have showers. But tonight, mostly cloudy. And it says that the showers will be clearing. So that's great, even better again. We didn't have showers and we won't be having them. That's great news altogether. Lowest temperatures of 7 to 9 degrees with moderate southwest winds. And then tomorrow will be dull and breezy with rain and drizzle spreading from the west through the morning. Some heavy falls are possible later in the evening. Drier for a time across northern parts of Munster during late afternoon and early evening. So highest temperatures of 9 to 11 degrees with moderate to fresh southerly winds, strong at times on coasts. Okay, thank you for saying that. Hopefully now your blessing will work. I hope that I will never walk into anything anymore. I'm the clumsiest person. Oh my gosh. Oh, I think all 7 days of the week I walk into something like um and I've no excuse. I was wearing my very strong glasses. I can see with the glasses, like there's no excuse, but thank you for being here today and all weekday evenings at 6 p.m. I'm going to look forward very much to seeing you tomorrow, Thursday. I love Thursday. I think my favorite days in the week are, well, the days I get to talk to you probably. So I'll see you tomorrow, Thursday the 26th of February. Now what I'm going to do this evening is book my exam. I'm so scared, but I'm excited at the same time. I hope I pass it. I have booked a room to do my exam in because doing it at home is not an option. So we're going all out. We're booking a room and everything, and I just hope and I really hope that we pass. But of course, with all them 4 books of knowledge, and it's all revision because of course I already know all of it. So thank you for saying that. And of course, if you want to subscribe and make sure that you get notified, get reminded that I am live streaming on weekday evenings at 6 p.m. Irish time. Bye!